Hello, everybody. I just want to jump on in quick to show you my third journal that I have made. It is going on its journey home to Alberta. I was hoping to get it out today, but we're having a storm here in Nova Scotia, so it's not going to be in the Postal Service today. So that just means that I can do a video, and I tried it yesterday. I'm not sure. I don't think that it worked, and I'm not sure if this is going to work straight. I've got the camera at a weird angle, so if anyone can send me a message and let me know if the video is straight or sideways, that'd be great. If not, it's going to be a bust. So anyway, this here is this is my third junk journal that I've made, and I'm going to start naming them. So this guy here is going to be named Their Journey Home. So he is going to my best friend in Alberta, and she is originally from Nova Scotia, and she is comes from a long line of shipbuilders from Halls Harbor. So I thought that this was awesome book. I just love it, and I wanted to keep the book intact. So there's no stitching going through here. So here is the little tassel. And then, of course, it would tie in the sides. So because this is my first time doing the invisible binding or whatever it's called, I'm very new, so I don't know what it's called. I made marks, and that was my mistake here, so you can see the marks. But that's okay. The next time I'll do it with pencil. So this is the first page, and this here is actually taken from the book, this book here. And then inside is a postcard, and that is from the Look Off, and that's where I grew up. And so it's actually addressed to her, and telling her all about junk journals if she doesn't know about junk journals. And so this is the first page, and then of course we have the tabs, and I just love the colors. And then this is a piece of pottery sea glass that I found. And this is actually a print that her dad, he's an artist, and so this is one of his replica of one of his prints. So that's a little pocket, and then we have a map of the Minas Basin. It's a nautical map. I think this book is about 60 some pages, and I got mostly all of the images off of Pinterest. So this is just a little hiding spot there, and there's a little hiding spot there with some vintage. This is actually a print that I think her mom did. And there's a little tag. And so I remember talking to her years ago, and she said one of the most things that she misses living in the city is listening to the waves, because her bedroom was right by the ocean, so we could always go to sleep with the waves. And I miss it too. And here is a little vintage postcard with a little button on it from Halls Harbor, and a little pocket, another vintage, and a little pocket here. And this is actually some sand from Halls Harbor, and a little piece of beach glass that I found, a little tag. And then of course across the water from Halls Harbor and down a little bit west is Isle of Hope. So that is a big old island. There's nothing there now, but years ago there used to be a lighthouse. So here's a picture of the old lighthouse, and then there's an old treasure map, and then this here is an old tag from Still Bite. So that would have been probably a mineral rock found there. And we grew up listening to stories about Isle of Hope. And there is another beautiful old vintage picture of the barn and the lighthouse that was over there before it burnt. And a journaling page, and then this here. This little book she can journal in, which I thought was cute. A little piece of fabric there and a little charm there. And then on this side, this little pocket has pictures of shells and sea creatures. What a way to be creative. I just love this. Such fun. And a journaling page. This here is an old, I found a graphic off. It might have been the Graphics Fairy, I'm not sure. This here is an actual picture from the book. And then the middle, so I left the string so I could put some beads on it. And then this little tuck spot here is a gentleman doing a lobster trap. And then of course he's doing it with knots. So here's an old picture of some knots. So I'm not sure what she's going to think of it. I'm not sure if she's familiar with junk journals, but she'll appreciate the old pictures of home for sure. Here's an old fishing ware. And then an old map of the Bay of Fundy. So neat that you can customize it. Then across the water again was Horseshoe Cove. So here is an old picture of the copper mine over there. And then an old, I found this online, the Colonial Copper Company. Not sure exactly what it is, but it's neat. And then two of her dad's prints. Picking Dalts over in Horseshoe Cove, and for her 16th birthday we actually went over on a fishing boat and we got to do that. It was awesome. I'll never forget it. And then I included a sterling silver pearl charm that she can put on her necklace, and a little tuck spot up in there. Right here is another vintage postcard, a little rock from Halls Harbor. This here is Fred Parker's sign above the old general store, which is iconic to Halls Harbor. This is an actual picture of her house and barn. And then this here is from her family's studio that used to be there. And some more journaling pages. Then this here, I found this old passenger logbook, the cover. So I just made it into a little journaling spot. So and then in the middle, I had to counterweight the big tassel on the front, so I put these, and I thought that they were quite fitting because they kind of match the waves. And then we have this was from Tourism Nova Scotia, I believe, some old brochure that I found. And this is a real old picture of Halls Harbor. And this is the story, some of the history of Halls Harbor and all of kind of the founders or the families that lived there. And her family name is included in that. So actually it was written by one of her family members. So she'll have a fun reading that. Another old postcard, and then she can journal. She can journal or put pictures on this. And this here little paper clip, and this opens up. And that is an old mineral map of Nova Scotia. It's so small that you can't see the writing on the side. And then a vintage picture of the look-off. This is one of my favorite little pages here because of the different fabrics and the stamping. And the schooner, blue nose, and then just another little journal tag. And this is the Minas Basin Fundy Shore Shipwrecks, so she'll have fun reading that. And here's another old vintage postcard of Halls Harbor. And this here she can make a necklace or put it on a journal. And it's Seagull Pewter from Nova Scotia. And another old map. There's Cape Split, Halls Harbor, some more journaling. And this is a floating tab page with the Phantom ship. And I love printing on vellum. It is gorgeous. I love it. And this here is an old pamphlet of it. And we grew up listening to our families talk about the ghost ships. If you look out in the water, if you see something burning, it's an old ghost ship. So I thought it was fitting to put that in there. This here is another little spot to journal in. Some more dangles on the bottom. And this is the other half of that nautical map. So this would be Cape Chignecto, Advocate Harbor, probably Spencer's Island here, Cape Dorr, Isle of Hopes here. Old ship's nautical map. And this is one of my favorite pages here. So this here is a bookmark. It started out to be magnetic, but the magnetic wouldn't stick inside there, so I had to glue it and stitch it. But I thought that was fun. And in here is a little pocket notebook. There's some tags, an old postcard of Morden, some fishing boats, and then this here is Fred Parker's store. And some more old, there's her old barns. And then she can journal on that. I just love that. I really like how that turned out. And then there's the little beads hanging off it. And there's the blue nose again. Would that be the blue nose? I'm not sure. I think it is. But it's an old schooner anyway. Racing on vellum. I love it. And there's another floating pocket. This is another one of my favorites. So it's just... And then this here is a little... She can journal in this. Empty pages. Little tuck spot in there. And then inside... Kind of matches the eggs and a little journal tag in there. Some more journaling pages. And then we're finished. And I only thought that it was fitting to get an old, it's not old, and maybe it is, one of the Nova Scotia pins with the blue nose on it. And then the back I just left the book because I really thought the book was fitting. Yeah. So there you have it. That's my third junk journal and I'm loving it. So creative. Now is the fun part is finding all the vintage papers and everything, and I just can't wait till the summertime for yard sales and stuff to go in and try to find vintage maps and everything. So thanks everybody for your inspiration. I'm really having a great time. This is fantastic. I'm sure my friend will love it in Alberta. It'll be a little piece of home for her, and I just can't wait to send that off to her probably tomorrow. So thanks for watching and take care. Bye.